So we get left off on a huge cliffhanger with All for One, and with the whole thing, the fact that he's rewinding. You would think the next chapter would focus on that, right? Horikoshi would give us that chapter. Now let's just cut back over to the Battle of Shigiraki, see what's going on there. But no problem with that. No problem with that. You do get a cool badass Bakugou moment, but still, whatever. All right. Hey guys, Camper 15 back at it with another video for you guys. Back at it with another My Hero Academia manga chapter review for you guys. And yes, we cut over to the battle with Shigiraki. I kind of wish we kind of picked up where we last left off on that cliffhanger, but I guess we're gonna have to wait a few chapters. On top of it, we have a break too, so that also sucks. But again, I don't blame Horikoshi for going on break. He's been giving out fire chapter after fire chapter after fire chapter. It looks like he could use a break for the time being. But let's get to it. But anyways, if you remember what's going on, because there's multiple battles like going on all over the place. The Shigiraki battle, the last time we left off on, where Shigiraki looked like he had some sort of quirk-like evolution or some sort of body evolution, where now he's growing like a multitude of fingers from like his hand and everything, and it's becoming a huge issue for the heroes there to do anything about it. So yes, anyways, this is chapter 358, titled the guy who's made some progress. Now, the chapter starts off again with Shigiraki just attacking the entire landscape with his finger barrage, I guess you can say, of hands, and he's pretty much like, so this is all you can do, just run away and flee. Tamaki gets hit by one of them, Nejire tries to block one of them, but it's becoming very difficult for them. We see Best Jean is kind of floating, using his string to kind of like, I guess, do a Sonic the Hedgehog and rail grind all over the place. And pretty much he's like, we have to stay on our toes. We have to keep moving, guys, and stuff like that. Because we can't let these fingers swallow us up, because we're going to be defeated. And like I said, if the freaking quirk, if Monoma can't freaking, if he loses anything of, copying it, what's his face's quirk, Aizawa's quirk, well then you can only imagine the damage that those fingers could potentially cause, which means pretty much mass decaying, and which means everybody dies. So yes, that's the whole thing. Now we see Edgeshot zooming around, and he's like, the surgeon hands are surely a massive threat, but in exchange he's forsaken. He has no mobility because of it, and he's not reminiscent of All Might and stuff like that. So yes, but the one thing we also see is the fact that these fingers, even though they're growing, they're fairly weak. So the heroes are pretty much taking these fingers out fairly easily, and they're destroying them. The only problem is they just regenerate and they just grow back, and stuff like that. So yeah, now Edshot goes on to make the mention. He asserts that this thing is not the doing of quirks, but rather a simple growth, a dubious claim. Now, this is when we get a monologue by Shigiraki saying, the more of All for One, the All for One quirk takes root within me, the more my body adapts to the legion of stockpiled quirks with various environmental factors. My body is searching, groping around, for its ideal form, understand. With this body and this power, all will come to rest in the palm of my hand, giving rise to a world of my own, are one beyond me entirely. Appearance, form, function, for a world split between any hope of the status quo. All that awaits is schism and destruction. These massive disparities give rise to incomprehension, and that lack of understanding in turn leads to dread and rejection. That's the present state of this world, no, as he continues to go on to say, but under my rule, all will be united as the exploded class, all will be equal. Don't heroes yearn for world peace? Is it that hard to imagine actually taking a step toward that? And that's kind of the thing there. So he's pretty much Shigaraki is pretty much talking about making like an ideal world where everybody is seemingly equal in a way. Now, mind you, I don't know what this I don't know what he's talking about just from the standpoint, because we know Shigaraki's thing was just, what, just destroy it. Everything must be destroyed pretty much. Let's call we know Shigaraki's whole main motivation, his whole main goal, and the fact that now it's like, oh no, I kind of just want to make a world that is peaceful, or world where not peaceful, world where it's equal to where they have to be ruled. Now, personally, we have it to where Bakugou later in the chapters, later in this chapter, makes mention the fact that he doesn't know if this is Shigaraki talking or All for One talking or whatever. This is more than likely maybe the All for One persona within Shigaraki talking, because only All for One would want to deem a world that is equal to where the only highest standing citizen is probably him. So yeah, that's my only guess. So yeah, but anyways, Bakugou goes on to say, "Oh please, look, I don't know if you're All for One or Shigaraki or whatever, but I'm not gonna stand by that and stuff like that." So Bakugou whips out something that the support class actually ended up making him, and he says, "But either way, I'm about to pretty much throw up from hearing whatever you said and everything. But ever since Kamino, it's always been your nonstop talking, and then all of a sudden, Bakugou brings out his new support gear called Suppressive Heavy Mobile Unit Stroff Panzer. And pretty much he has like these freaking turrets attached to his back, which it kind of suits him a lot, and it honestly looks badass on Bakugou, I'm not gonna lie. And Bakugou pretty much goes on to make the mention, like, you better be ready because I'm about to blow you to Kingdom Come, pretty much. And he just freaking lets it all loose, just explosions after explosions after explosions. And pretty much, the thing is, the heroes understand that they got to destroy his real body to win and everything. And Bakugou in the meantime is realizing, like, we have to work together, all of us, as a team. And he makes them mention how Monoma is doing his job. Kaminari and other students that have electric abilities are doing their job. Momo is the one making the structures to continue to have the pretty much the dome that they're fighting in continue to operate and stuff like that. And Bakugou goes on to make the mention, and that lack of understanding in turn leads to dread and reaction. And Bakugou goes on to say, you want to talk about some big disparity, lack of understanding, dread. Guess what? I've long since taken all that crap to heart, and everything. He goes on to say, and I've seen a real step towards progress. It might take some time, but people I know are trying to push forward. Thanks anyways, but you can shove your Sherman, he calls him your nutsack face, handyman and stuff like that. And obviously Best Genius is shocked. Just explosions are happening and everything, and pretty much, the chapter ends off with Bakugou getting close to the body of Shigaraki, and at the same time he's using his ultimate move, Howitzer Impact Cluster, or Cluster Bomb, whatever you want to say. And like I said, the chapter ends off with, Bakugou pretty much in this tsunami of just explosions and everything, and he's pretty much right then and there where Shigaraki is at, looking to confront Shigaraki and go head on. And that's where the chapter ends off. So yeah, it's a very solid chapter. Again, the development of Bakugou realizing, like, no, I wouldn't have gotten this far without the help of my friends and using teamwork and everything and stuff like that. And I was shown that, and as much as, I didn't want to admit it, I have my faults, and I know I can't do some of these things alone. But yeah, it's a good chapter. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what's gonna happen next. It look very much gonna be interesting to see what happens next. But we'll see. I don't know where we're gonna cut over. I don't know if we're gonna continue with this battle or we're gonna cut over to somewhere else. But yes, that's where we're at for the time being. But anyways, guys, if you guys liked the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's manga chapter of My Hero Academia, excuse me, as well as hit the subscribe button. If you want to get more My Hero Academia content or any other anime content, I upload to the channel. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll never end this video. Until then, guys, peace.